Good evening, all of you. I hope you are very well. It is my second lecture of automobile. Basically, on previous day, I've discussed about what is engine and what are the components are there. And today, I will discuss the the stroke of an engine. How many strokes are there, and basically how many types according to the type of engine, how many strokes are there. Okay, today you can see on the top of the boards, it has been written that this the there is see the two strokes and a four strokes cycle engine. Okay, today I will give the lecture about the two stroke and four stroke. What is two stroke and what is four strokes? That's first of all mind comes on you. uh, Two strokes mean generally it's consist of the two strokes, and four stroke means it's consist of four strokes of an engine. Basically, when two stroke we can find out the in petrol engine. Okay, and four strokes we can find out in diesel engine. Two strokes is it is let's first of all let's us to understand a cycle of cycle engine. What is the cycle of engine? Okay, we know that when the engine is operating, the engine is started, the crankshaft at the time of the crankshaft is rotating. Okay, that's why the wheel also rotate, and also the wheel, when the wheel is rotated, the vehicle is moving from one to another place. Okay, here we have to understand the one rotation of the wheel is equal to the one rotation of the crankshaft. When one rotation of when it's complete the one rotation of the crankshaft, it's called a cycle. uh, for one rotation of for one rotation of the crankshaft, the engine, which engine is consist of the two strokes. First one, two stroke, which consist of first stroke and second stroke. First stroke, and it's consist of, it is a combination of suction and compression. Suction, suction and compression. Compression. The first stroke, which consists of the suction and compressions. Okay. Here, suction. What is the mean by suction and what is the mean for compressions? Let's we and I will discuss later. When I will discuss about the suction and compression, that's it will be easy to you understand. Last one is second stroke. Second stroke. Second stroke is consist of power and exhaust stroke. Power and exhaust stroke. Power and exhaust stroke is it is a combination of the power and exhaust strokes. This is called the second stroke. And first stroke is, it is a combination of the suction and compression strokes. Okay. Here in case of two stroke engine, there is one revolution to complete a cycle. There's one revolution of the crankshaft to complete a cycle of an engine. This cycle it's a period in which all two stroke first and second stroke is completed, then the engine is completed the one revolutions of the crankshaft. Okay. For basically we came to understand twist for two stroke for two stroke for two stroke engine to complete a cycle for one revolution of a crankshaft. Here let's move on to the four stroke engine. What is four stroke? Let's start. Now we will discuss about the four stroke engine. Basically we can see the four stroke engine in diesel engine. Okay. The four stroke is the consist of the four stroke. Four stroke one is suction, compression, power and exhaust. Four stroke. It consists of four stroke. One is suction stroke. Two is compression. Third is power, and last one is exhaust stroke. Okay. Generally here we can see the four stroke. We can the four sequence operation in a four stroke. First is suction, compressions and power, and last one is exhaust. First of all comes on the mind, what is the power, suction and exhaust, right? First of all, let's move on. Suction. What is a suction stroke? Suction stroke is the first stroke of a four stroke. Okay. In this stroke, the fresh air fuel at the time of the first, actually here in case of four stroke, here we mentioned the in two stroke engine, for two stroke engine there is one revolution of the crankshaft to complete the two stroke. But here to hold a cycle, this cycle means a four stroke cycle. To complete this four stroke cycle, the rotation of the crankshaft will be 2 times. Okay. In case two stroke, we can find out the one revolution of the crankshaft. But here in four stroke engine there is two revolution of the crankshaft. Okay. So that's why it is easy to understand that the speed of the four stroke engine is more, speed of the engine is higher than two stroke, because there is a two revolutions to complete the whole sequence of operations. Okay. First of all, what is suction? Suction is the first stroke, the first operation of an engine. In this operation, the fresh air fuel vaporize, which enters into the engine cylinder through the inlet valve. When the inlet valve is open, at the times this fresh air fuel vaporize enter into these cylinders. That's why the piston the moves from TDC TDC to BDC. TDC mean here top dead center and BDC is bottom dead center. Let's start. I want to draw a graphical figure. That's why it will be easy to understand what is the TDC and BDC and how the arrangement is there into this. Here the cylinder enter. This is cylinder. Outside the components is cylinder. This is cylinder. There is two valves and is inlet valve and another is outlet valve. Okay, inlet valve and outlet valve. This into this cylinder there is a piston. Okay, piston is connected to the connecting rods. Okay, through the small ends. Here this is a piston head. Piston head. When the inlet valve open at the first time, when the engine we start engine, when the inlet valve is open, at the time the vaporized phase air enter into this cylinder through this valve. Okay, that's why at this position the piston is at the TDC, top dead center. When the pistons moves to downward, then piston goes to the BDC. BDC. Okay, but BDC is bottom dead center. At the times the vacuum vacuum of upper of the piston's head, it is totally filled by the fresh air and fuel vapor. So we can call that but we can define that when the pistons moves TDC to BDC, at the time the fresh inlet vapors is entered through the inlet valve. At this such type of operation we can call suction. Okay, so here we can understand what is suction. Then moves on to the compression. What is compression? Compression is nothing but when this compression stroke is start after the suction stroke. When the piston is at bottom dead center, at this position, when moves to the piston bottom dead center, then the air and fuel is fill up. At this situation, piston is again moved to the BDC to TDC. That's why the piston head compress the mixture air fuel. Then that's why piston move to the at the time compress the air fuel. At that time inlet and outlet both valve is closed. Okay, in suction stroke, in case of suction stroke only inlet valve open, but when the compression strokes both inlet and outlet valve will be closed. And at that time situation the piston moves top dead center to bottom dead center. This piston which compress the air fuel mixture, this such type of stroke is called compression stroke. Compression is something but nothing but it is to compress the air fuel mixture of the engine. Okay, so these two strokes, suction and compression, is complete the one revolution of the crankshaft. Okay, here we come to understand how the one revolution but how the two revolution will be completed of the engine. Here we can understand the one revolution of the engine is completed because of the suction and compression. Then moves on to the power stroke. What is power stroke? Power stroke is nothing but at the end of the suction stroke, when the suction stroke is entirely completed, at that time before completion of the suction strokes, when the pistons at this point, at this position, here the air fuel, fresh air fuel is highly compressed. Okay, at the ending time of the compression, here we can see here, in case of SI or CJS engine, if it is CJS engine, SI engine, there will be the spark plug, or if it is the CI engine is compressed ignition engine, there will be a fuel injector. Okay, I have not discussed this about this. The engine basically, four-stroke engine generally two types: CI engine and SI engine. Okay, CI engine is with spark plug, and here there will be spark plug will be used, and CI engine is compressed ignition engine. Here the fuel injector will be used. Or for SI engine, there will be use spark plug. If there is a spark plug, okay, sometimes something is like that. Something is like that. Spark is nothing but it's the source of heat. It is a source of heat, or it is a source of fire which ignite the air fuel, which is, or we can say, which helps to ignite or which helps to fire the fresh compressed air fuel. Okay, here we can see the two electrode, and there is a minimum gaps, generally 2.5 minimum gap, 2 to 3.5 minimum gaps. Here there will be the highly increased the voltage. It is nearable 10,000 to 300 volt. That's why the due to the high voltage, there will be the generate flux. This flux will help to ignite the compressed air fuel when the at the ending time of the compression stops, when the at the time the air fuel burning. Okay, when the air fuel is burning, there is huge amount of burn gas due to the huge amount of the due to the generation of the huge amount of the burn gas. There will huge there will highly pressure will be created. Okay, so that the due to the high pressure created, so the pistons move TDC to BDC, bottom top dead seat to bottom dead center. This stroke, but this such type of stroke is called a power stroke, because here is the power is generated due to the highly pressurized air fuels, when at the time of the ignition is sparking, ignition switch is sparking, and due to the when the ignition switch is sparking at the time to burning the air fuel, that's why that's why at the times the huge amount of the energy is created. Okay, that's why it's the piston is thrusted towards the bottom this center. Okay, this such type of stroke is power strokes. When the then we move to exhaust stroke. When the completion of the power strokes, then the burning air fuels, when the pistons at the top dead center, when the piston at top dead center, the burning air fuel is generated, then is burning air fuel. Here inlet valve is only closed and outlet valve will be open. At that time the burning fuel is exhaust through this outlet valve to the environment. Then the piston, at the time piston is again moved to the BDC to TDC. Okay, so This is called exhaust stroke. Exhaust stroke is nothing but exhausting the burning air fuel from cylinder to outer environments through this outlet valve. This is the here I have forgotten a mention a point. This point, first point is I have mentioned the when the complete the suction and compression, then the engine is complete the one revolution. When again the two stroke is that power stroke and exhaust stroke. When the power stroke and exhaust stroke complete, then the engine is complete another one revolutions. That's why we can get the two revolution, first one and second one. Okay. So that the engine is completed the two revolution of the crankshaft for when the it's complete the four successive stroke: suction, compression, power and exhaust stroke. Okay. On next day I will discuss about the further details and next topics of automotives. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.